Alright guys, welcome back at a update video from Tuning Dutchy. Now, as you guys have seen, or maybe not, if you guys have not seen part 1, 2, 3 and 4 of the brake disc replacement, the axle repair and the transmission fluid change, which, well, belonged finally to it, since I had the axle out and transmission fluid was leaking. Make sure you check it out. And yeah, I quite have an update for you guys. I've spoken about the stability of the car. Well, the stability of the car has increased really good. And in this case, this means because of the new disc brakes. Because the new disc brakes actually have caused no more hesitations in braking. Because normally if I actually push the brakes, it actually is doing like so, you know, that I don't know how to say it on other words, but yeah, that's actually not anymore there, so that's good. The stability on the road is also way better. I'm not shaking anymore with the car, so I'm not going left or right. Nice, straightforward, even if there is any wind, no issues, everything is going to be fine. However, there are some issues and some extras. Now, it's not a big deal though. However, I never expected that. Even my dad told me, well, I did not expect this to happen. But suddenly my ABS light came on, and it actually only comes on whenever I start the car and drive a bit. When I just started, when it's ice cold, it's not on. So it really comes on after 2 seconds or something. So I tested out the ABS sensors, which probably can mess some stuff up. Now, I do know that my ABS sensors are very close to that flectal or rectal, what they say. And if you guys don't know what a rectal is actually a teethed something on the drive shaft, on the behind the disc brake protector plate. It can be anywhere. So once the voltage has been reached and way too much, then the ABS will kick in and the brakes will do a little bit different. So you have no standing still brakes, but they go in pieces. That's where ABS is for. Anti-blocking system. So they won't block wheels completely. Yeah, well, ABS is on, and it's not completely eliminating. That's not the biggest deal, and I'm not really worried about that, because my dad has the same thing. And I think in this case, also, it solved me actually maybe even some power on the engine or battery. But it's only a little safety thing, and to repair that one, to be honest, you guys know, if there's anything damaged, then I'm definitely going to repair it. But this one, no. This one is definitely not going to be repaired. So I hope it's coming back to life from itself because of the new disc brakes, maybe. I don't know. But I have checked the sensors, and the sensors are giving some voltage. Maybe not the best voltage, but they are giving it. And, well, I hope that one is actually good enough that they one time will work ever again. I don't think so, because if an ABS problem has occurred, then you will not get rid of it very quickly. Now, the problem is with ABS is most of the times communication. If the communication is not good, you cannot re-establish it. Now, the ABS is actually on, and I have trying to find the fault codes, and there are no fault codes. So, I don't know what's going on there. But the thing that I do know is that I only can actually order some new set of sensors, making them clean or something, or making the rectal cleaned up from rust, because there is some rust on it. That's the only thing I can do, but for the rest, there's nothing else what I can do. So I have no other options. Well, at least I do know that the difference, the distance between the rectal and the ABS sensor are in extreme close proximity. maybe 0.5 millimeters or something. I mean, I don't see with my naked eye some difference, but I know the difference was there. So I don't know exactly what has been changed, but it actually should work. I know that the sensors are working, so the only thing that I can imagine is that they are way too close to measure something. Because I was turning the wheel, and they say you have to measure some voltage on AC. The ABS is a system that works on AC voltage. So I think in this case to tell the ECU what to do when some voltage threshold has been reached. That's what I think. I'm not quite sure about this one, but well. But enough spoken about the ABS. There's another thing that actually is still a little bit worrying me, which I find way more critical than an ABS light that comes on where are no side effects. Besides the ABS, whenever in the first, not the first test drive, but the second test drive when I was actually driving away, whenever I turned my complete wheel to the right, there was some knocking sound. I don't know what that is. I mean, I didn't hit anything. And also, if I, go over something, I definitely hear that. That is just like clonk, instead of just driving smoothly over it. I don't know what's going on. The only thing that I can think here is that the springs were for such a long time on one height, which should not happen. They should come back immediately whenever I release the pressure beneath the car. So, I mean, I can see difference on the springs, which I did not saw earlier. So maybe they have gained too much. What do you call it? Not too much pressure or something. They have maybe gained too much height, which should not be. So maybe I have to order some new springs. If I will order springs, then I am definitely gonna go for sport springs. And they are very easy to get for my teeth. Very, very weird. However, a race clutch or something is, again, very difficult. So, but, and if I turn to the left side, it's gonna be way worse. The loudness of that knock is really worrying me. I also did other stuff besides that, and a little bit off camera. Now, you guys probably know that I have an amplifier and a 1200 watt RMS subwoofer in the trunk, which is quite obvious for a standard tuner. A little bit extra music, nice bass, belongs to it. Bouncing on the road. I made myself a switch this time where I should not access the trunk for a switch that is there, but in this case on the dashboard. So I made myself a simple switch that was laying around at my uncle's storage. Actually, I could say there was an old switch from a lamp, and I used that one, and I made that actually a little hole in the dashboard and measured it out. So this one is actually functioning very well for the subwoofer. So whenever I need it, I turn it on. Whenever the police is behind me or dirty police in front of me, I turn it off. No problem though. So they won't know that that's for the amplifier. But I think I have way better news for you guys. And maybe even some news where you guys really can make an appointment in your agenda. So, listen up. All of you have maybe listened for quite some time when we actually are going to install the blow-off valve or the Supercharger and all that. But I got a date for you guys when the Supercharger is going to arrive. It's going to be Tuesday. So, as far as I know now, okay, this might still change because it's weekend and our post delivery service is not updating anything in the weekend. So possibly they have updated it on Friday. I'm not quite sure, but they say on Tuesday between 0:15 p.m. to 2:45 p.m. That's the time that my Supercharger should arrive. I'm not quite sure yet if that's going to be true. That means I'm going immediately making a video for you guys and update you. And once that one is done, that's probably going to be a shorts video. So make sure you check that one. If you got that message on Tuesday from, hey, Tuning Dutchy makes a short, check that one out, because that means I'm not going to wait any more minutes. That means straight driving off to my dad's house, installing that thing, and that's how it's going to work. So, because we have waited so long, I mean, way more than a month, and I'm actually surprised that I was not impatient, because normally for such a long time, I'm very, very impatient. Besides that, I still have to look for a nice 4-inch pulley, because my crankshaft pulley is 5-inch, so this is going to be still way more risky than I actually thought, because I thought my crankshaft pulley was 4-inch instead of 5. I could have... Now, if I tell you guys this one, it could go worse, or it could go well. Why well? Because my injectors are not the big size ones. These are only 78 grams per minute, or 78 cc's per minute. So that's not much. And whenever there is something like 200 liters of air moving in, well, that's quite a lot. And currently I don't have the possibility to tune up my injectors to increase the duty cycle. But that's the reason why MotoCheese actually told me, hey, you know what? Just take yourself an air-to-fuel ratio gauge and make it work that way. So that's exactly what we are going to do. If I get the standard Supercharger with its 3-inch pulley, that's what MotoCheese says. That's a YouTuber as well, guys. He has also the AMR 300. If you don't know him, just go check it out. That guy is full of information. Thanks again if you check this out, MotoCheese. To tell you guys this, if this is going to work out, and if I have an air-to-fuel ratio meter, I just hope that I have a good range. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, I think this is not going to be working very well because of the air-to-fuel ratio. And this is because of the change in pulley sizes. Now, as said, crankshaft pulley is 5-inch, and my Supercharger pulley will probably be 3-inch. Now, that's 2-inch difference. So, you might say that's not a lot. No, that's right. But hey, don't forget, only we have an inch away of 200%, okay? So, Supercharger can run on maximum 14k RPM instant and 16k RPM shortly. So, when you are in first gear, as example. That means my car is running on 6500 RPMs. Now, whenever I have the Supercharger in 2.5-inch pulley, and I drive 6500 RPMs, that means my Supercharger is gonna blast, which also means extreme lots of air, and probably not good for my engine. Now, I don't know. I mean, MotoCheese can run it, and also on very low PSI, but that's where the air-to-fuel ratio meter is coming in handy. And still, guys, I have to order that, so that's something we are gonna do extremely quick and as soon as possible. And I try to find one in my area if I can find a good one, and of course some wideband air-to-fuel ratio meters, because I want to check that out as on daily as well. If this is not gonna work this way, guys, if this is not gonna work this way, and my Supercharger is blasting too much air in there, I'm gonna unhook the hoses, only the sport air filter on the Supercharger, of course, with a little pipe on it, because otherwise it's gonna probably suck some mess inside the Supercharger, and that's not what we want. And on the intake side, so well, on the intake side, I'm gonna put one as well, so I can still run the Supercharger but not functioning. So sound is there. I mean, it's not that you buy a Supercharger for sound. Definitely not. That's not why I did it. I did it, of course, to increase some horsepower. But I want to be 100% sure and not destroy my engine. So that's where I first have to get my air-to-fuel ratio gauge, and then installing my Supercharger, or otherwise, doesn't matter. I need to know if this is going to work out that well. If I will be above 7 psi on max RPMs, then I'm gonna reconsider if this is gonna be a good option and whenever I'm gonna get a tune. Charger Tech, by the way, here in the Netherlands is a company that can do everything. Yes, and also duty cycles from injectors. So, but they need my ECU numbers to see if it's going to be possible. I think it should be. But I don't know that. I mean, I can, with my device, coding also, but it seems like that's in a better version, so I'm not going to do that because if I make something wrong, however, I'm not even a chip tuner, then I can destroy a lot of stuff. That's definitely not what we want. That's also why I want to be safe 100%. Not 90%, just put it on and go for it. No, 100%. I want it working and working forever. Yes, I might be a guy from extreme. That's completely true. But if I can make 90 horsepowers out of it, which is extremely much, which goes from 52 horsepower stock engine to 140 whopping horsepowers to the wheels. That's extreme. It's possible if you have everything on it, but it's not possible when you have everything stock. So that's exactly where I have to think on, and I don't want to go above 7 psi. I know I can. I can go up to 14 psi, but I don't want to because I don't want detonation at all. Okay? That's all what I want to tell you. So I would like to, well, at least my gasoline, I want it in the optimal position. Definitely not lean or in rich. I don't like rich at all. I don't like lean at all, but better rich than lean. Yes, I know I could get into the cylinder wash scenario, but I have less problems with cylinder wash instead of lean and holes in my pistons because of the high explosion. So that's actually what's going up, guys. I thought, you know what, let's give you guys an update. Spoken about the transmission, by the way, because I did the fluid, changed the fluid. Now the transmission fluid, spoken about that. It had probably only 1 liter as transmission oil in there, which is very, very low. And I put 2.5 liters in there, so that's more than the double. No problem. I mean, the transmission is running very, very good. Still way better. So I love that. So the ATF has done some good work here. So yeah, I mean, currently spoken about the transmission, no issues at all. Goes very good. But only with the ABS and something with the axles or, well, I don't know. There's still something that's knocking in the front when I'm steering or if I go over a bump. So I don't like that. So I have to fix it. I just don't know what it is or what it can cause. So I have to research again where it's coming from. I mean, I already noticed this a little time ago, and I don't think it are my wheels. That's definitely not what I think. I can try this by replacing my normal wheel for a reserve one, but, well, I don't think that this is gonna do anything. I don't think so. Would be a very strong point. Alright, guys. Now, for now, I think this is actually it. I'm not gonna do too much. Currently, I'm going to drink my cup of coffee. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because this was the final update of part 4 of replacing and repairing everything. Things can go good and things can go bad, obviously. But hey, I mean, I can live without an ABS. That's no problem. Anyways, guys, whenever Tuesday the Supercharger is gonna arrive, I will let you guys know. In the meantime, you guys can easily watch the videos because it's part 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are quite large. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that one. Make sure, if you have friends, to share all of those parts with them so they can enjoy it as well. And don't forget to leave a like and leave a subscribe to my channel, because Tuesday is Supercharger Day. I hope you guys are prepared for that, okay? So make sure you subscribe to the channel, because that's gonna happen. I don't care how. Even if there's gonna fall a bomb on my country, but I'm there to build that in. We have waited way too long for that, guys. Anyways, This was Tuning Dutchy. Like, subscribe, and share this with your friends, and I catch up with you guys whenever the Supercharger is ready to go. See you guys the next time.